Hello, everyone. My name is Abigail Soto, and I chose chapter 5. I chose a few different topics to talk about that were in chapter 5 that I will be getting into throughout these slides. The title that chapter 5 was under is The Nature, Origins, and Functions of the Self. I chose chapter 5 because there were several different things that really stood out to me as I was um, studying this chapter that we will get into. In the slides that the professor provided, I believe that she put a question on one of the first few slides that says, how do we come to know the self? And as I was studying this, I really just started thinking about that question and how I have come to know myself, um, and what I identify as and what roles and traits I hold myself to. Um, when doing this, I truly believe that my culture and upcoming really allowed me to develop these different roles and traits. Um, and growing up, I grew up in a Catholic, very traditional household. And, and that is what as I grow up older, I believe that it's just been a lot easier for me to step into my faith, and just pursue being a woman of God. Um, because that's something that I just grew up with. And I also think that just being in a traditional Mexican household has also really just allowed me to step in and just like learn how to step into my femininity, which is something that I value a lot. Um that's something that is a role that I believe that is very important to take on. Um, in the slides, it mentioned that women tend to engage in more socially oriented and caregiving behaviors due to their intrinsic abilities. Um, I believe that I could really, really relate to that growing up. Uh, and just like being taught how to be feminine. Um, and just being it, I feel like now that I'm thinking about it, like I don't think I really had to be taught, but just growing up, I held myself to like a higher standard of um of just bringing femininity to friendships, bringing femininity to the ones younger than me, any children, babies in the household, which is a trait that I really hold myself to. So self-regulation. Self-regulation is a set of processes for guiding one thoughts, feelings, and behaviors to reach desired goals. The ability to self-regulate is based on three capacities of the human mind and emerged with the evolution of the human cortex: self-awareness, goal setting, and mental time travel. So I feel like I experience self-regulation. Um, I believe like at a very young age. I feel like just growing up, I have been very, driven, very driven, and I have been one to set a lot of goals for myself. Um, and I feel like that has caused me to be like very self-aware of where I am as a person, like very in tune with what I need to continue progressing in or what I haven't progressed in, etc. So I really think that self-awareness leads to goal setting. Um, because without any self-awareness, I don't think that I would be able to set realistic goals. Also, without like coming to know the self, I don't think that I think it would be very hard to be self-aware, um, and then to goal set because I feel like without knowing the self, I think I would be very lost and not really even know like what identities, roles, and traits I want to perceive myself as. Um, so I have now self-awareness, internalized attitudes, values, and goals guide behavior only to the extent that people are self-aware. Self-awareness helps to bring behavior in line with cultural morals and values. Yeah, like I was saying, I um I think that self-awareness is very necessary and that's something that I have had to come to knowing myself. I think that I hold myself to a lot of different morals and values. And like I said, I did grow up Catholic. As I have gotten older, I've really stepped in deeper into my faith, to where I'm no longer just like, I guess I think a lot of people tend to just fall into I think that a lot of people may struggle with just falling into different routines within their religion. And that's definitely something that I was struggling with, like going to church every Sunday and not really like stepping in to the morals that I should hold for myself as a Catholic. So I had to come to this self-awareness to be able to bring my behavior in line with my cultural morals and values. Um, Another thing I really, really enjoy taking care of myself and taking care of myself in a way of like eating healthy and making sure I have like the right exercise and all those different things that come with health. And I think that it would be really hard to be healthy without self-awareness. Um, I think that when I first started this journey of just really pressing into taking care of myself, I had to be self-aware of, I had like this incompulsive like these incompulsive eating habits, where I would just binge. I was a huge binger. And if I was not self-aware of that, I would consistently fail. If I never came to being self-aware of that, I would consistently fail and not be able to set the right goals in line or build the right habits to be able to meet whatever goals. How goals motivate and guide action. Goals can be activated either by consciously bringing them to mind or being unconsciously cued by the environment. Goals send urgent messages to the ego to act. Goals are also influenced by other people. This slide I could really, really relate to. So I think that with my faith journey, going back to that, I think that I was motivated by seeing others walking in their faith, and just seeing the relationship that they have with God. I was just extremely motivated, and influenced by those around me. And the same thing goes for health. I mean, I had a lot of friends that were into the gym and into really eating healthy and taking care of themselves, which then made me motivated and influenced to do the same thing for myself. And that is my last slide. So I got to talk about several topics that I feel that are that I could really relate to in different areas and traits and morals in my life. Um, and and yeah, so thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.